Welcome back to Bloodstained Hands. Alright, today we got a couple things on the agenda. I'm not sure how long we're going to play for today. I may not actually do any more of the story today. I think the objective for today is going to be taking care of some side missions. But just to recap what happened last time. So last time we went through the Five Islands region. We went through the Tower of Unda and the Tower of Lux, and then we finally made it to Gareth's castle, where we fought General Gareth, the man who took away our family and cast us into a life of shadows. We managed to successfully kill Gareth and enact our vengeance, as well as freeze the game. It is currently not respawning. We'll wait to see if this smooths out. Well, there we go. That's better. We enacted our vengeance and allowed the Guildmaster to progress his plan by one stage, but it did not come without a cost, and that cost was the death of Marissa, the first ever person to join our party and the woman who's been at our side since the very beginning. And I didn't actually showcase this last time, but some of the assassins actually in this area have a little bit more to say now that news has come to them. Is it true? Oh, why is the text a little different? That's not supposed to be that font. Give me a moment. I'm going to see if I can fix this. And we're back. Okay, looks like it is fixed. I just had to do a hard reset of the game. Apparently, if you do a soft reset, which is done by pressing F12, it preserves the font that you have for menu and system stuff as a text font, which unfortunately is not very readable, so I just had to hard reset, but we are back. So yeah, some of these assassins have different things to say now that Marissa is gone. Is it true? Did Marissa really... At least she didn't die alone. I'm grateful for that. On the other hand, this guy over here, she died because of you. She trusted you, and you got her killed. Don't talk to me anymore. You disgust me. You won't even look at me. Yeah, some mixed feelings about all that. Well, not really mixed feelings. They're very, very clearly not happy about that, but... Anyway, today, oh yes, and just to finish the recap of what we did last time, so we turned that into the Guildmaster. He was not impressed. Happy that Gareth is dead, but extremely disappointed that we allowed Marissa to die as well. So we are technically no longer an assassin. That is our character class, but we are not technically a member of this guild. We can no longer accept missions from the Guildmaster. But he clearly has at least some faith in our loyalty and in our abilities, in the fact that he didn't just kill us outright, and instead has assigned us the task of going to receive more training to better prepare and be able to carry out his tasks more effectively and without fail. So our objective is to go and get some more training, but we're not going to do that this episode. I think this time what we're going to do is we're actually going to do a couple of the side missions that are in this area. And I am frozen. There we go. We're going to do a couple of the side missions in this area. There's one in Diamo. There's one in the Five Islands. We're going to do both, maybe even a couple of the repeatable missions that the assassins here offer, because we can still take missions from them. And I think we want to have roughly around 10,000 gold, which shouldn't actually be that tough to get. We get some pretty significant rewards for completing missions from these assassins. So the idea is, yeah, we're going to want to get some more gold. We're going to want to finish off those side missions. And then while we're at it, we're going to explore the towns a little bit more as well, talk to some of the NPCs and some of the other characters, just to flesh out the world a little bit more, get a little bit more world building, really feel more immersed and feel like it actually is a very alive and vibrant world. Because the reality is, there is a lot to this world, and I've kind of breezed past it to get to the story and the combat and the mechanics. And I kind of want to slow the pace down a little bit more and focus more on, okay, let's really focus on, the world of Bloodstained Hands. In the meantime, we're just going to sell all this stuff that we don't need. Oh, I wish it would just keep my cursor in the right spot. I don't know why it sometimes does that and sometimes doesn't. We don't need this toxin. Okay, and I think we're good. So, let's start by... Let's actually talk to this guy, see what he has to say. Heard of any work that needs doing around the Empire? A woman has been asking about the Rabena Inn about a missing husband. Don't know if you care, but it might be worth checking out. So, we will go check out the 5 islands. But before we do that, I am curious, because now that we have a map of the Empire, we can actually take the ship anywhere we want, assuming the game loads. And because we have the ability to take the ship anywhere we want, we can now go to Diamo. And I kind of feel like we should go there first, for the simple reason that there is a mission that we can do there, but also there's shops in Diamo, and we could potentially upgrade some of our equipment. We may not necessarily have enough money for it, which is why I would like to do some of the optional missions as well. On the other hand, the mission that is in Diamo actually starts here in Siena, and it takes place, it starts in the pub, which is currently closed. So maybe we will wait. Let's go to the 5 islands first. And well, let's just, let's actually board the ship for the first time. And now we can actually move the ship around the overworld instead of just triggering a little fade to black cutscene, which arguably this is actually a slower method of travel, but I do feel like it gives us more of an opportunity to see the world and really see where things are in relation to one another. So let's start by going to... Oh, you know what? There's one more thing I want to check here. What does Matthew have for equipment? He has a shield, armor, and a badge. He's missing a headpiece. And we could maybe get him gauntlets, but actually I think that badge might be the better fit because it gives him bonus agility. So you know what? We have a bunch of iron ore from when we fought those iron golems and cleared out the Mount Fulman of iron ore. Let's go see what we can actually use this for. So we're going to head back through the mountain pass towards the 5 islands. I want to make sure I've got enough money. Yeah, 2,700, that should be plenty. I don't want to use all the iron ore because there is going to be another purpose coming up for it quite soon. But in the meantime, let's make some good use of it right now. So let's start by going to Urbana. That's where the side mission was that we were told. There's the woman in the inn. I am fully expecting that the game's probably going to freeze at certain points, and I'm just going to have to power through. I have upgraded my computer, but it's not working yet. Long story, but I bought a new computer, and it won't boot. So that's something I'm looking at getting fixed this weekend. It looks like a really simple fix. It's just I don't have what I need to do it right now. I'm going to get all that tomorrow. And then once that's working, I'm going to move this game onto that computer, download OBS, and just try to record from there and see if it runs smoother. The reality is my computer's just too old. So having a new computer to do gaming and streaming on and recording, I think is going to make a big difference. Anyway, let's talk to this blacksmith. So here, we can convert those iron ores into iron ingots, and with those iron ingots, we can craft pretty much anything we want. Iron sword, great sword, katana, spear, short sword, axe, the wakizashi halberd, any type of iron armor, including iron cuirass, and what we really want is this, the iron helm, because that's the only thing that Matthew doesn't have for his armor. We could get him the gauntlets, but he's got the badge, so I think we're just going to get the helm. So that requires 1 iron ingot and 1 iron ore. And yeah, some of these weapons just require the straight iron ore instead of the ingot, particularly the things that can be dual wielded. But we're going to make 1 iron ingot, and then we're going to go back down. So that cost us 50 gold, and this cost us 50 gold. So it only costs us 100 gold for this helmet. To expand my craft, but the only material I get out here is iron. Well, maybe if we find more materials, we can help them out a bit. So, get out of the way, sir. Excuse me, sir. Hi, thank you. Really quick, just to kind of show the value of that iron. That helmet cost us 100 gold to craft, and we can sell it for 125. So that iron ore actually can be converted into stuff that can be sold for a better profit. Now, the iron helmet's maybe not necessarily the most profitable thing we could sell, but there is a purpose to iron ore. If we need to make a little bit of extra money, we can do stuff that way as well. But we are going to save a good chunk of our iron ore because we will need it to craft steel weapons and armor, which is going to happen very, very soon, maybe even this episode. But for now, we are here to complete some side missions, so let's talk to this lady. And actually, hold on. Before we do, let's actually talk to everybody in this town. I don't think we've spoken to anyone in Urbana, so let's actually talk to everybody and just see what they have to say. There's nothing quite like going for a walk on the beach on a clear moonlit night. The crashing waves, the salt in the air, it's just perfect. Gotta watch the tides, though. They can come in quickly, and it's easy to get stranded if you're careless. I actually have family out in Nova Scotia, and the tides there are so incredible, it's insane. Like, it's like a good 20, 30, 40-foot difference in height. And yeah, you can get swept out in the tides. Urbana is a lovely town, but it is heavily affected by the political climate. Things have been tough lately. Well, that's all he says. That's because he may be important later. He doesn't have dual dialogue like everybody else does. Who's this little kid? It's fun to collect seashells. They all look so different. I like the really colorful ones, but sometimes I find ones that still have a weird squishy thing living inside. I actually once found a shell when I was in Cuba that had a sea creature inside. It was... Local blacksmith can forge just about any iron weapon for a fee, but you need iron ore first. Apparently you can chip iron ore from the stone creatures in Mount Fulman, but it's very dangerous. Alright, let's check out this house. I actually like this town. It's very... feels like it would be a nice place to live. My wife wants to live in Amardala, but I just don't have the money to make such a trip. I mean, living in Amardala is fairly cheap, but it's not just about the property. It's the voyage and moving all our belongings that gets expensive. Urbana is nice, but I've always wanted to live in Amardala. I love the ocean, but what I really want is a sea of trees. My husband keeps giving me excuses, but I'll win him over one day. I think he just doesn't want to give up our life here. Alright, now let's go talk to the lady at the inn. I'm going to spend a little bit more time talking to NPCs as we go throughout the game, but, yeah. Excuse me, could you help me? Of course. What do you need? It's about my husband. He's gone missing. Missing? Do you know where he could have gone? Yes, I think so. I think he's visiting someone in Topale. How long has he been gone? Several days now. I'm starting to get worried. Please, can you help me find him? I'll help you. Thank you. Please, start by looking into Topale. If he's anywhere, it's likely there. Why do you think he's in Topale? He visits someone there occasionally. Are you afraid he might be cheating on you? No, definitely not. He visits his father. They don't get along very well, though, not since we got married. His father doesn't exactly approve of me. Ah, I see. What does your husband look like? He wears a bright yellow tunic and has dark green hair. Here, take this amulet. He usually wears this everywhere he goes. If you ask if anyone has seen a man wearing that, you might get a hint as to where he's gone. Thank you. I'll be back once I learn of his whereabouts. Last wish. You know what? One last thing I want to do before we jump too far into this, and while my screen loads very slowly, let's change the font on window skin one more time. Let's go with this one. We could go full retro. No, let's go, I like this one. And we're at the sea, so let's go with more of a sea green color. Alright, so off to Topale to visit that, to see if we can find anyone who knows where this missing husband is gone. That's a pretty amulet. What? No, I've never seen it before. A man wearing that amulet? No, I'm afraid I've never seen him. I wonder if the... I actually don't remember. I don't think the shopkeepers do anything, say anything. I think they just do business with you. Well, definitely not the game shop owner. Maybe the magic shop? Let's check her. A man with green hair? Yes, I saw him. Quite handsome. Oh, recently? No, I haven't seen him recently. I guess the shopkeepers do say things. No, I don't think I've ever seen that amulet before. Okay, well, keep asking. Keep looking around. Has he been to the item shop? I think I saw someone matching that description at the inn. At the inn? Okay. Well, the weapon shop is on the way, so let's just check there while we're on our way. And then we'll make our way to the inn. Someone with green hair. Oh, I don't think so. Try asking around at the inn. The inn, okay. Everyone's saying the inn, so let's just stop at the inn. What's that? Have I seen anyone wearing that amulet before? Yes, now that you mention it, I think I have. You have? Have you seen him recently? Yes, he was just here yesterday. I overheard him say he would look around the Tower of Unda, although I didn't catch what he was looking for. The Tower of Unda. Perfect. Thanks a lot. Okay, well, I guess to the Tower of Unda we go. Tower of Unda. Yeah, I think we're just going to do this side mission and the one in Diamo. Maybe do some initial exploration of the next dungeon, but we're not going to go through the whole next story mission. I think we're just going to go for about, 45 minutes to an hour here. All right. And hopefully by next episode I'll have a better system, better machine, and the streams won't be quite so laggy and the frame rate will be a lot better. But we'll see. Okay. You know what? I don't think we ever equipped that helmet on Matthew. I don't think we did. So let's check that. Just as soon as we're done with this. Nice, there we go. Oh, no, we did. Okay. I don't know what I'm talking about. Alright. Well, somewhere around the Tower of Unda, I'm assuming he's probably on the highest floor, because that's how these things work. Oh, nice hit, Shadow. I don't want to mess with the squid. Let's just use Velocity and finish him. Done. Purple or red herb. I think I'm going to save Gray's Overdrive for when we face 3. If we get into an encounter with 3 enemies in 1, we'll just use Storm and finish them all off at once. Oh, there's somebody in the corner there. Perfect, here's an opportunity. You know what? Boom. Done. One shot. Gray, you powerful. You strong. Huh? What do you want? Is this yours? My amulet! How did you get that? Your wife sent me to look for you. She's been worried. I can't face her yet. What do you mean? I left a few days ago to visit my father in Tupale. When I got there... What happened? My father had been very sick for a long time. He had passed away the day before I arrived. Oh no, I'm very sorry. You know, it's stupid, but the last time I saw him, we got in a fight over my wife. He feels I married way below what I should have. But I love her. I could never have imagined marrying anyone else. Anyway, he didn't want an expensive funeral. He didn't want anything like that. His only desire was to be cremated and to have his hours scattered from the top of the Tower of Lux. He used to watch the full moons from that tower when he was younger, and I'm assuming before there were monsters infesting it. That place meant something to him. But after his cremation, someone broke into his home and stole several of his possessions. What did they take? Possessions don't really matter. What matters is that his ashes were among them. Whoever stole his things obviously didn't know what they were taking. And that's why you're here? You were tracking the thief? Yes. The thief was definitely here, but they're gone now and I've lost the trail. I can't face my wife until I've fulfilled my father's last wish. What if I helped you find the thief? You would do that? That would be incredible. I'd be forever in your debt. Where did the trail go cold? Right here. I know they were here. They left behind a few things they stole, but I don't know where they could have gone from there. What kind of things did they steal? It might give us a clue. A couple of books, some jars and bottles of various medicines, some jewels, and an old alchemy kit. That's an odd assortment of things to steal. Did they steal any gold? Not that I know of, and there are a lot more valuable goods left behind. I get the feeling this thief is motivated by money. Sounds like they were trying to find a cure for something. Medicines, books, and an alchemy kit? Hey, good thinking. So how does that help us? Well, if we can find someone in the Five Islands in need of medical attention, we may have a clue as to who our thief is. It's not a bad idea. Why don't we split up then? I'll ask around Tupale, you ask around Urbana, and we'll meet back up once one of us finds something. Sounds like a plan. I'll meet you back at the end at Tupale. Great. Good luck. Okay. So, he's gonna ask around Tupale. Let's head to Urbana and see if we can find anyone in need of medical attention. That could potentially be our thief. Let's give Air a little bit of XP. We aren't in any danger of really taking too much damage from a squid, so. At least now that we've been through here once and we've solved all the drain puzzles, we don't have to do it again, so that's a blessing. Basically just in and out. Okay. Nice. Not quite enough. Nice. Good, good, good. Okay. How are we doing here? Alright, not too bad. Alright, let's head back to Urbana then, and we will look for someone in need of attention. Sick? No, not me, but a handsome devil like your... Stupid stutters. Sick? No, not me, but a handsome devil like yourself might get me feeling a bit feverish. Why does the game have to freeze here? Or is it just... Okay, no, my touchscreen, my touchpad just clicked off when I wasn't even close to touching it. Mama says I'm very healthy. I don't feel sick at all. Who is your mama? Maybe the couple in the house over there? Not a lot of sickness around here. Sea air does wonders for health. Well, let's check the shops. Oh, I never get sick. I have a strong, healthy immune system. I don't think this guy's gonna say anything, is he? Sick? No, not me. I heard there was an old man who gets sick from time to time, though. Oh, no, he did say something, okay. I just figured maybe because he was talking about needing materials earlier, he wouldn't have an alternative dialogue, but I was wrong. What's that? No, I haven't been sick. Neither is my wife, as far as I can tell. Well, don't tell my husband, but I do get sick occasionally. I just hide it very well. I haven't been sick in quite some time, though. Well, you're the wife. Any luck finding my husband? Not yet. I'll find him, don't you worry. Liar. No, I feel just fine. I don't get sick very often. How about down here? Sick? Yes, I am sick. You are? You don't look sick at all. It's not an illness so much as it is a disease. Oh, I'm sorry. It's alright, I've had it for many years now. I need to take medication daily in order to keep my heart functioning properly. Is there no cure? No, my daughter has been trying to find a cure, but I've told her to give up. It isn't something that can be cured. You have a daughter? Yes. She doesn't live here and rarely visits, but when she does, she always brings gold and medicine. I've started to question where she gets all that gold, though. I've never seen her do an honest day's work in her life. Sir, I have a question, and I hope it won't offend you. Go ahead, son. I'm looking for someone. A friend of mine had various medical supplies and tech stolen from them, as well as something very important to him. I don't want to unjustly accuse anyone, but do you think your daughter could have been the one behind the theft? Yes, that sounds exactly like what she would do. Fool girl. I need to find her. Do you know where she might be? If I had to guess, she's likely at Gareth's castle. She mentioned that she had friends there, but now that I think about it, that's probably where she stashed many of her stolen goods. Why would she stash stolen goods in the home of General? There are all sorts of places to hide in a large old castle. She likely has been slipping in and out of there undetected for years now. That's actually likely where she's stolen from the most. I see. I'm sorry, sir. For your sake, I hope I'm wrong about your daughter. And for yours, I hope you're right. Go. Find her and get back what was stolen. How kind. Okay, well, let's go to Gareth's castle. Not exactly a place I'm eager to return to after our last visit and what happened then, but, well, business to take care of. 1 second. Just realized I have my water set on a table far away from me, and it looks like it doesn't matter. The game didn't load anyway. Here we go. Okay, now we're back. Well, while we're here, there is actually something we can find, so we'll take care of that first. There are still some soldiers kicking around here. And They're a good source of medicine, at least. So before we go where we need to, let's check one thing. Oh, 4 of them, really? Okay, Shadow, you're going to use Shroud. This is actually a great... Ooh. You know what? Okay, okay. This is a good opportunity to use Shroud and actually show what it does. Gray, use water on the mage and try to silence it, please. Who's going to go first? Dang it. Okay. Well, at least he actually targeted Matthew, who has the badge. Okay, he's silenced now. Fang, take out the mage. There, good. Okay. You can finish him off. There. So that's what Shroud does. If you use Shroud, enemies are actually more likely to target you, but physical attacks just do not work. They don't do any damage, they don't hit, they basically just get negated. The downside to it is that it does take quite a bit of time to charge up, and although it does negate physical attacks, it does not negate magical attacks, and enemies will still target you more regardless of physical or magical. And back to the chambers. Place that I never wanted to come back to, but here we are, and there is also this chest that was not here before. A little hidden treasure. Insanity badge. Kind of fitting to find something preventing insanity in the place where we essentially lost our own mind. I'm going to give this to Matthew because it gives a slight attack boost. And I don't really have... yeah, I don't really have anything else to give him anyway other than the lightning badge. And nullifying insanity magic is actually going to be useful. Insanity is basically, when you're afflicted with it, you only will attack your allies. And there is... I'm just going to leave you behind. There is actually an enemy coming up that can cast insanity magic on us, so I think giving that to our heaviest hitter is probably a good idea. Huh? Oh no! Found you. Wait, it's not what it looks like. I believe you. You don't understand. Wait, what? You're looking for a way to cure your father's condition, aren't you? How did you... You spoke to him, didn't you? Yes. Look, I understand, and I wish I could help you, but you can't just go around stealing to suit your own needs. Don't be a hypocrite. You got the look of a thief about you. I bet you've stolen all sorts of things. You stole something very important. I want it back. You can't. I need this stuff. Anything might help him get better. Even the ashes of the father of a friend. What? No, I didn't. That urn. It contains the ashes of a deceased man who wants them scattered. You stole it. I didn't know. I thought it might have been a medicinal powder. Just return the ashes. That's all I ask. Okay, here you go. I'm sorry. Let me ask you something. Even if you did manage to cure your father, do you think he'd thank you for this? For his life? I think any price would be worth paying. Are you so sure? I think he'd feel as though his life is a stolen one. One that didn't truly belong to him, built on the livelihoods of those you've stolen from. What's it to you? You got what you wanted. Just leave me be. As you wish. But think about what I said. Oh, come on. No, I'm not going to bother with, I will use transfusion, though. Let's just... not enough to finish one off, but let's use earth to blind one. Oh, you're kidding. So close. This guy's gonna attack first, but this guy's got a full overdrive gauge, so let's take him out first. No! Oof. Oh, he didn't use the overdrive. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay, Gray actually heal Shadow, and then Shadow finish off this guy. Yeah, just everybody. Pound him. Done. Alright. Alright, well, we found the ashes, so let's return to the Topale Inn. And report back to the husband. Topale. There we go, okay. Did you find the ashes? Yes, here they are. Amazing. You really came through for me. So what's next? Well, I wonder if you could help me one last time. With what? Do you think... Could you take those ashes to the top of the Tower of Lux and scatter them? Me? Are you sure? I'm sure. I don't think I deserve to be the one to scatter them. What makes you think that? My father and I argued all the time. To be honest, it wouldn't be lying to say you've done more for him now than I've done for years. I think he'd want it this way too. If you're sure about this, then okay. I'll scatter his ashes for you. Thank you. I don't think I'm strong enough to do this myself. I'll return once it's been done. Alright. Top of the Tower Lux, here we come. Alright, away we go. I didn't mention this last time, but there's a lever near the top floor. What that did when we pulled it, there was a little question mark that appeared above our head, and I'm like, that's going to help us get out of here. It cleared this drain of water, is what it did. I didn't mention that when we came across it last time, but yeah. Just thought I realized after. Okay, Shadow, you're going to use Assassinate and try to insta-kill this piranha. And you did it. Awesome. Okay. Gray, let's use Lightning on one. Great. Okay. So, let's just go... Ugh. Oof, nice. Good hit. Okay. You know what? Just punch him. Oh, come on. There we go. Shadow gained a level. Whoa, okay. A little bit of lagging going on. A little bit of a drop in frame rate, but looks like it's cleaning up a bit. Yes, this lever here actually changes the water flow of that one pipe near the entrance. Oh, we got some lag now. Alright, well, we'll make this quick. Ooh, okay, I'm being chased by... Yeah, okay, let's just kill you. Lightning. Attack. Nice. Huh? What are you doing here? It's you. I was hoping I'd find you here. How did you know? How did you know to look from here? Lucky guess. Liar. One of the books I stole turned out to be that old man's journal. He wrote about this place. Why were you looking for me? I wanted to make amends. I thought about what you said, and you're right. I shouldn't be stealing to cure my father. It's dangerous here. There's a storm raging. Which is why I'm here. You want to scatter those ashes off this tower, right? Yes, but that's none of your concern. Give me the ashes. What? Why? I'll scatter them. It's too dangerous to scatter them off the edge of this tower, especially in this weather. So you'll just take the risk yourself, is that it? Yes. It's the least I can do. I've caused far too much trouble already. Let me do this. Let me make amends. Wait! Stay there! I'm okay. There it is. There. See? I'm fine. It's done. Get off the ledge! I'm fine. You don't have to worry about... No! No. Well, that just happened. Oh, good hit. If he hadn't got the crit there, I don't think he'd have finished off that seahorse. Nice. I'm getting quite a few herbs. I should actually take a look, see what I have. 16 purple herbs, holy smokes. Those will come in handy later, so we're gonna hang on to them, but okay, here we go. I've taken a little bit of a beating here. What time is it? It's 10 p.m. Okay. There we go. Made it out. And it is still storming, so let's get back to Topal fairly quick here. Report back to the husband, and I think we'll actually sleep at Topal before we go back to Urbana. And then while we're there, actually, let's talk with some of the townsfolk, because we didn't actually do that when we weren't in the midst of a mission. We talked to the people at Urbana, but not Topal, so let's get to know the townsfolk here before we leave as well. Oh my gosh, okay. Did you scatter the ashes? They've been scattered. I knew I could count on you. Thank you. I feel like I can finally put this behind me now. I'll return home. Meet me and my wife in Urbana. Okay. Let's sleep. It's only 100 gold. That's a little bit higher than average, but not too bad. Alright, and let's get to know the townsfolk before we leave. Although this town is heavily controlled by the crown, the soldiers are mostly good men. It's always a tragedy when we have another one who won't come home. There was a contingent of soldiers that went to secure Amidala not too long ago. I fear we'll never see them again. Good reminder that although, we think that we're fighting for the sake of the Empire, so do a lot of the soldiers. And they didn't necessarily choose who they take orders from. Yeah, obviously that guy's not going to say anything. He's a shopkeep. How about you? Sometimes I hear howling sound late at night. I'm sure it's just the wind, but some superstitious folk believe it to be the ghosts of sailors lost at sea. But surely ghosts aren't real, are they? That just sounds like wishful thinking for those who believe in the Celestials and the afterlife. Mommy says I can't go leave the island until I'm older. I feel so trapped here. I want to see the whole world when I'm grown. Big mountains and green forests. Then I'll really be free. Okay, Aaron Yeager. Or maybe Armin. I don't know.
I used to run a shipping company out here and have done quite well for myself. I do what I can to help those who come here. I pray to the Celestial Unda each day that she will guide our sailors home safely. The sea is a beautiful and unforgiving mistress.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Back to Rubena we go. Let's talk to the reunited husband and wife. Now that we've succeeded in what the man wanted us to do.
My husband told me everything you've done for us. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I wanted to thank you for everything you've done. I was happy to help. Still, you deserve a reward. Do you still have that amulet? Oh, right, I suppose you want that back. No, you keep it, please. It's brought me luck. Maybe it will do the same for you. Besides, it holds too many painful memories. My father gave me that amulet. Are you sure? It sounds like this was important to you. It was, but not as important as what you did for me. For my father. Please, keep it. I know it's in good hands. Very well. Thank you. You received the amulet. In addition, please take this pass. It's a membership that allows free usage of the ferry between the islands. I used it frequently when visiting my father, but I have no need of it anymore. Thank you. I hope you two live a long and happy life together. I know we will. Thank you so much. So with that, we can actually travel between the islands freely, and that amulet is actually a shield. It offers no stats, but it prevents critical hits, and here's the thing, Gray can equip it. Only shield he can equip. And now with that pass, when we go talk to this guy, we can travel anywhere we want, and there's no cost. So let's just go back to Amathine. It's not going to be super useful for the rest of this playthrough, unless we get some like optional side missions here from the assassins. You know, then it will come in handy, but really the main use for it is that on New Game Plus, certain key items, in particular the ferry pass, transfers over. Which means that on New Game Plus, you can ride the ferry completely for free as well. Now, granted, by that time, you probably have more gold than you know what to do with, so, you know, it's not super useful then either, but it's not useless either. Okay, it's 11:15. Let's head back to Sayana. Let's go to the pub, and let's talk to somebody there. Let's actually talk to everybody there. I don't think we did talk to everybody after we freed them from the prison. I think we just went straight into the next mission. So let's chat with everybody at the pub and see if there's a mission that we can take there. Well, we won't see if there is. I know there is. But let's go accept a mission from the pub here. What? Oh, 12? Okay, that's like 15 seconds. That's okay, we'll just chill for a bit. Is there anyone else we can talk to? Not really. You know what? Actually, let's just head down the well here real quick, because there is somebody we can talk to. If you don't know that there's a mission available, and the game loads, there we go, this guy will tell you. Heard of any work that needs doing around the Empire? There's a guy at the pub here in Sayana who sounds like he's got something interesting. Give him a chat. Okay, well, let's head to the pub. It should be open by now. Hopefully. Come on. Up you go. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Door's open. All right. And the patrons are already filing in. Got a song? Could use a little cheer around here. We might not be very good singers, but we'll sing loudly all the same. It helps to brighten the mood. Everyone gathers around here for drinks and stories each night. They've gotten darker since our time at the prison, though. We all went through horrible experiences in that prison. Sharing what we went through helps us get through it and builds bonds between us. Well, hey, it's the man of the hour. You're the one who released us from that prison, right? I'll bet you got some great stories. Don't worry, bud. If those soldiers ever come back here, we won't sell you out. We owe you that much. I'm trying to set up a trade route between Diamo and Sienna, but I need a boat to do it. My ship serves me well enough. I guess I don't need my boat anymore. You have a boat? Interesting. I don't suppose you'd be interested in helping an old man out, would you? Depends. What do you need? There's a small land passage leading between the mountains between here and Diamo. It'd be easy enough to traverse on foot, but the problem is that the only way off is the same way you entered. If I could set up a boat on the far side of the mountains, the waters between the pass and Diamo would be shallow enough to cross without a ship. But how would you get to the pass from the Sienna side? Using a ship, of course. By sailing to the pass from Sienna, crossing the path on foot, and ferrying to Diamo by boat, the travel distance would be significantly reduced. It could be an amazing trade route. We get ships here from time to time, but if we could reduce shipping costs, we'd get a lot more trade than we do now. All I need is a boat, and that route is as good as open. Sounds good? You can have mine then. Hold on now, it's still not that simple. First, I'd need to contact someone in Diamo who could set things up on their end. I have a letter with all the details, I just need someone to deliver it. You seem like a nice, motivated young man. Would you care to help out an old man? Sure. I'll take a letter to Diamo for you. Who do I deliver to? Fantastic. If you could take that to the merchant at the general store, she can review the details of the proposal. Will do. I'll be back when I deliver the letter. Okay. New mission, fair trade. Now, I forgot about one thing. There is actually a cutscene that we can see that is optional that we did not take in last episode, because I felt like it was a good place to end off where we did, but we will do that when we come back to Sienna here, because we'll have to go to Diamo, make the trade proposal, come back, and then turn the mission into that man. And then before we leave Sienna, we will watch that cutscene, and then we're going to come back. I think we're going to do a little bit in Diamo, maybe even a little bit in Glacio's throat, and then we're going to call it there. So, I don't know, maybe another 20 minutes or so? Maybe not even that, honestly. I feel so at peace here. Diamo's just so quiet and tranquil. Not many people would choose to live somewhere so cold, but the solitude can be appealing. I made a snowman. It's so big. I can't wait till I'm bigger. Then I'll make even better snowmen. Alright, kid. Alright, general store. Let's stop here. Hello, how may I help you? I have a letter for you. Oh, let me see that. I see. A trade route between Diamo and Sienna. That's a wonderful idea. It's hard to get fresh produce in this cold environment. Alright, I accept his proposal. I'll set things up on this end. Oh, what's happening? What's happening with my computer? I don't... No! No, I don't! I don't... okay. Sorry, hold on. Windows is asking me permission for something. There we go. Okay, are we back? Did that interrupt things? I hope not. Alright, I accept his proposal. I'll set things up on this end. All we need is a boat to travel between the passage and here, and we'll be in business. I have a boat I'd be happy to part with. I'll deliver your response. Wonderful. Thank you, young man. Be sure to stop by any time you need supplies. Speaking of, what do you have? Decent stuff, actually. But not worried about what she has on offer, but more what this guy has on offer. Let's take a look what's in the armory. Or the equipment shop, I should say. An ice staff. That'll be good for Gray. A synthesis tome worth 5,000 gold. We're going to need that for sure. Steel shield, steel helm, and steel gauntlets. You know what? I'm gonna buy that right now. Night cloak for Fang and Shadow. I'm gonna hold off on that. Ice circlet, ice robe, ice gloves, and an ice badge. The ice stuff is all for Gray, and then the ice badge could be for anybody. Resist ice magic and frostbite. That could be really good for a couple different people. I just wanted the steel helm right off the bat, because that basically takes care of Matthew's equipment except for the armor, which we can't actually buy here. We are going to need more gold pretty darn quick here. In fact, we're going to need more gold before we move on, I think. But I'm not going to grind for gold right now. I don't want to do anything off screen. Have you heard? Apparently there's a manor across the ice fields to the east. Who would build a home out there? Granted, I've never actually seen anyone go over there. Maybe it's not a home. Maybe it's a ruin of some kind? It's easy to get sick out here. The weather's very cold, and it's not easy to get good medicine so far from everything. You don't say. Well, maybe if I can get some good medicine, I'll know who to bring it to. Yeah, I don't want to do really anything off screen. I kind of want to show the whole gameplay. Well, one thing I want to do with this Let's Play channel, whether I'm playing Bloodstained Hands or Hades or Minecraft or whatever I end up playing on this channel, is I don't want to cut anything out. I want it to be as raw and authentic an experience as possible. Now, yeah, for this game, I know exactly what I'm doing because I made the game, so I have plans, I have checkpoints that I kind of want to hit, but when I save the game and quit is when I turn off the recording, and when I turn the recording back on is when I load the save. I don't want to do anything off screen. So when it comes to getting money to buy the equipment, I want to include that, and hopefully I can at least make that still engaging and entertaining. I'm going the wrong way. Hopefully I can still add some entertainment value with that by, having some commentary or whatever, or developer insights, but yeah, I don't want to cut anything out. You've returned. Did she accept the offer? She did. She'll set things up on her end. She just needs a boat to travel between the passage and Diamo, and you're in business. Excellent. You mentioned you have a boat. Would you be willing to part with it? Absolutely. My ship serves all my current needs, so I no longer need the boat. Wonderful. In that case, I'd like to purchase it from you. There's no need for that. It's a used boat, so it's not exactly top of the line. Nonsense. You helped me out. Least I can do is reward you for your efforts. Yeah, take this gold. I won't take no for an answer. 1,000 gold. Thank you. In addition, feel free to make use of the trade route anytime you wish. I'm sure it will reduce your travel time between here and Diamo considerably. I appreciate it. Wish you luck in your business. And happy travels to you, young man. So that is actually going to make getting to and from Diamo a lot easier. You kind of saw the route we had to take and how we went all the way around the mountains. Anyway, before we leave here, I want to just pop in this house for a bit. Pop in our old house, and, well, let's just see. Home. It's been a while, huh? Yeah. I honestly didn't know if I'd ever be back here. A lot of memories here. Yeah. I miss this place. I miss the life we had here. I mean, this place is still here. We can come here whenever we want. Okay. What's happening? Bloodstained Hands is not responding. Oh, it's really not responding. Like, it's not even playing music. What is happening? I'm afraid to press anything, but I'm gonna try. Okay, 1 second. That didn't work, did it? Okay, I'm trying to pause the recording and it won't even let me do that. Well, I said I didn't want to cut anything out, and I sure didn't. Okay, are we... Yeah, we're good? We're good? Okay. Okay, something just happened where the game completely froze. I tried pausing the recording. I didn't think it paused it. I actually don't think it did. I'll have to review the footage later to check. And then it continued, and then paused, and I didn't realize that it had paused, and I kept reading, so I basically just missed a cutscene. So what I did was I saved a file right at the end of that cutscene. I'm going to load the old save file, and we're just going to go straight to that cutscene just to see that, so that I can show you that, and then I'm going to go back to that save file. That was kind of irritating, so we're going to try this again. I just want to show the cutscene, and then we'll go back to what we were doing before. Time of day shouldn't matter. Except that the music is more epic. Here we go. Home. It's been a while, huh? Yeah. I honestly didn't know if I'd ever be back here. A lot of memories here. Yeah. I miss this place. I miss the life we had here. I mean, this place is still here. We can come here whenever we want. But it's not the house that I miss, it's the life. Yeah. I miss the morning meals. I miss the conversations we used to have. The late night card and dice games we used to play. The trips to the spring. The way everyone would gather at the pub at night and share stories and songs. Actually, I never got to do that. I was a few months away from turning 18 before... That's right, I guess I never got to take you there. I was planning on having everyone in the village gather there for the big day. Really? You know what? We're gonna do it. What do you mean? Well, not right now, obviously, but once all this is over, we'll find Mia, we'll finish what needs to be done, and then we'll all gather here for a celebration. It's a little far off. Doesn't matter. We'll have lots to celebrate by that time. And it gives us something to look forward to. Alright. Sounds like a plan. Absolutely. For now, let's focus on what we need to do. I'm not going to rest until Mia is free. Yeah? I'm worried about her. I promised her a new life here and I failed her. I need to get stronger. You really care about her, huh? She's my reason for fighting. She's the reason I learned everything I could from Gareth and his men. What did they do to you there, anyway? Let me put it this way, there's a reason Gareth was famous for his brutality. He used any method that would get results, and he had never even heard of a moral compass. Gods. His tactics revolved around anything that would demoralize the enemy. Taunting, intimidating, battle cries, blood-fueled rages, all of it. But none of that compared to his teaching methods. Basically, he'd use the tactics against his prisoners, and see which ones had the strongest wills. If a prisoner could resist the treatment, they'd be rewarded that night with a warm bed, a hot meal, and a medic for those who were hurt badly. But if a prisoner begged for mercy, it would be granted to them at the cost of an uncomfortable night. They'd sleep on the cold stone floor, oftentimes with little or no food. So if you resisted, you'd be rewarded, and if you couldn't handle it, you'd be punished more? Why would anyone go the latter route? Human psychology. Most people are willing to sacrifice what they want most for what they want in the moment. They'd rather end the pain in exchange for mild discomfort. But if a person was strong enough to resist the pain and focus on the bigger picture, they'd get to reap the rewards. Maybe only 20% of the prisoners did that. That just sounds twisted. They were weeding out those with weak wills, while teaching the rest to resist being intimidated by their enemies. The rewards helped to build trust. Once the prisoners started to trust their captors, they could be trusted with weapons and training in combat. I took the training, but I kept my conviction. They never broke me. I fooled them into thinking I trusted them, but all the while I was thinking of Mia. How I would get her back and kill those who took her from me. That's incredible. I can't believe you went through that. That's nothing like what I went through. Matthew, you are undoubtedly the strongest, scariest person I know. I would hate to be the person who stands in your way. Good. I want every one of my enemies to feel the same way. I will cut through anything that stands between myself and Mia. And I'll be right behind you, clearing the way of the bodies. Thanks, little brother. Let's move out. Alright, there we go. Okay. I am going to reload the other save, and then we'll pick up where we left off there. So, I'm just going to save there. And let's just... I was going to pause the recording, but it's too late. We're already here, so... Reload the save, and yeah, we're right outside the door from outside that cutscene. And good to go. Okay. Okay, so let's do just a little bit more. We're going to go to Diamo. We're going to take the new trade route there. Route? I'm Canadian. It's route. Just a tiny little land pass that cuts across the mountains, and then we can board the boat, and here we are at Diamo. Just like that. Nice and quick. Okay, we have a little over 2,000 gold. You know what? We're not going to go to Diamo. We're going to go past Diamo. And we're going to step into Glacio's throat. We are not going to do this whole dungeon. There's kind of a midpoint. And we'll come back to Diamo after that midpoint. And it's fairly quick, but there's a reason for it. So we still have our bronze pickaxe, so let's mine these stones. Iron ore. Pickaxe broke. Shoot, looks like I need a better quality pickaxe. So we need to find something that can get us past that stone. And in the meantime, penguins! You know what, Shroud? Lightning... These guys are beefy. Lightning 4, nice. We have our first level 4 spell. We should probably level up some other stuff, though. Let's level up, not water, that's not going to be useful here. Let's level up earth. Try to balance things out a bit. These guys are physical attackers anyway, so blinding them's not a bad idea. It's not going to do as much damage, but that's okay, and we'll just focus for a turn. We do have our overdrives saved up on 2 of our guys, so we'll make good use of those. For now, let's keep going through Glacio's throat here. Phantom, so these are the guys that can use insanity magic. This is why we got that insanity badge and gave it to Matthew. We're going to use fire magic on them because they do, as an ethereal entity, don't take much physical damage. As you can see, only 300, but fire does a lot more. Oof, they do also have just straight damaging dark magic, so that's something to keep in mind. And actually, you know what? Let's use transfusion. Boom, nice. 1,300 damage. Matthew's fully healed. Let's finish this thing off with fire. And slash away at this penguin. Nice. Done. Matthew's level 16 already. He's catching up pretty quick. He's still trailed behind a little bit, but not outrageously so. Okay, I'm going to use Bliss on Matthew. There, and I'm frozen, or frostbitten, and hurt, so let's use Cauterize, and that'll take care of both of that. Matthew, I'm going to save that overdrive for the next encounter, but at least he's got it. He can get some XP with that. And, oh, what's that? First, let's check this chest. We found a knighthood. Let's give that to Fang. 5 more agility, 1 more evasion. It's an improvement. Found an iron pickaxe. Ooh, I wonder if we can. I don't think we can, but let's try it. Can we insta-kill him? No, but we did take out half his health, so we can finish him off with a fireball. Yeah, ghosts, I don't think insta-kill skills work on. Okay, now that we've got that iron pickaxe, we could actually have jumped off that ledge, but I want to go back and get these ores and not have to deal with a ton of enemies along the way, but that's not possible. Let's use transfusion, see how much damage we can do with that. 1200, not bad. Can we outpace him? Yeah, we can. He's charging up an insanity spell, so you can tell by how fast the gauge fills. If it's really slow, then it's probably not a damaging move, but just a status ailment move. Come on. Oh, come on, really? I missed 3 times in a row. There we go. I'm not even really using low accuracy weapons. Katanas and the sword, they've got like 95 accuracy. Carbon, that's what we just got from that one. So with carbon, we can take these to Diamo, and we will take these to Diamo, because there's something very valuable that this will get us. Okay, Fang, you've got velocity. Take out that phantom right now. I don't want to deal with him. There we go. And I don't want to deal with Mr. Beefy, so Lightning 4. Just hit him hard. Good. I found more carbon. Superior elixir. More carbon. Iron ore. So yeah, you can actually jump off these ledges. Carbon. No avoiding him. Okay, whatever. 2 phantoms. Shroud isn't going to be useful against them because they do use magic. Ooh, nice hit. Okay, let's try... Not good, not good. Okay, this is not good. Cauterize? Shadow, finish off the penguin. He's got like a hair of health left. Nice. Ooh. I'm gonna try Intimidate on this phantom that is charging up a spell. I want to see what happens. It drains the gauge, but does it reset the action as well? It does! I forgot that I made it do that. So we just made it so that he didn't actually cast a spell on us. Nice, good. Ooh, gold herb was in there. Okay, let's get this carbon. Sun's going down. Okay, we are going to clear this carbon out of the way. Face one enemy. We're going to go just into the next room, like a hair. Because there is something like right on the other side of the entrance that I want to get. And then we can go back to Diamo since the entrance to the dungeon is right here. Oh man, these guys are hitting hard. Come on. Oh, come on. Really? 3 times in a row? There we go. Okay. Transfusion. Get some health back, please. Nice. Critical hit too with that. Everybody's got overdrives. I think we'll be fine. And just to be safe, I'm going to have Gray use heal on both Fang and Shadow just once. There we go. And he got heal 4 for that. Stone here. Ha! Tricked him. Okay. So when you mine this stuff... Okay, I'm just going to face him just to get it out of the way so that I can explain what's going to happen here. Let's use Assassinate on the Sataqua. Aw, man. I was hoping for the one-hit kill. Nice. Fire. We're just about done. There we go. So the stone that was sitting right here, once you mine it, you can actually go through the wall, and if you go up 2 spaces, there's a hidden chest here, and it contains a soul tonic, which gives us bonus spirit. So let's give that to Gray. Actually, ooh, here's a thought. What if we give it to Matthew? Which sounds stupid, he doesn't use magic, but spirit is also magic resistance. And he's got so little. Gray has so much. Like, plus 10 spirit for Gray would be not even 5%, like, let's see, 10% would be about 22. So yeah, it's not even 5% increase. Whereas for Matthew, it would be literally like almost a 50% increase from his current spirit. It sounds silly, but I'm going to give it to Matthew. He's not a spellcaster, but Gray has other ways of increasing his spirit. Matthew doesn't. And so that is going to make him actually a little bit more resistant to spells. Maybe not insanely so, but enough to hopefully be at least a little worthwhile. Burn him, burn him, burn him. Okay. So, we found that iron pickaxe, we cleared out basically the first half of the dungeon of iron ore, and we haven't even really gone far into the dungeon, because we're already still by the entrance. So let's go back to Diamo now. I don't know why I got on the boat for that. I guess it avoids an encounter. And I don't think we're going to make it. No, we're not going to make it to the blacksmith before the shops close. So let's just go to the inn now. We do need to heal up anyway. So let's go to the inn. Let's sleep. Before we sleep, let's just talk to that guy in the room over there, because I don't think we've spoken to him yet.
I don't know why I came here. It's too bloody cold. But business won't take care of itself. You a traveler like me? But you've seen some nice warm towns. Hope my next job takes me somewhere like the Five Islands.
Alright, and let's rest up. And now, so we have that iron and that carbon. Let's go to the blacksmith. Because we can now make steel ingots using iron and carbon. And with those steel ingots, we can make steel weapons. Now we have a steel wakizashi. So I think I want to make some daggers. The kunai are nice, but I think the daggers might be the way to go. 75 attack as compared to 67 attack. The kunai come with a bonus crit chance, but I think 2 steel daggers. And I'm actually going to give those to Fang, and then I'm going to give the wakizashi to Shadow. But we need a steel weapon for Matthew. Now, he has a shield, so I don't think a two-handed weapon like a halberd would be really a good idea. Let's make use of what we have. We could give him a short sword, which has the lowest attack out of all the weapons he could get, but still higher attack than what he's currently got. But it's got good accuracy and doesn't affect his agility. We've got the steel spear, which has higher attack and still doesn't negatively affect his agility, but it does affect his accuracy. Or we could give him a steel sword, which is strong and accurate, but a little bit slow. It does affect his agility. And he's a little bit slow already, so I think I want to avoid that. Let's make 2 steel ingots, and we will make a steel spear for Matthew. He is the only person that can use spears. So let's do that. Let's give him a spear. While we're at it as well, steel armor. Ooh, or do we want to steel cuirass? So the steel armor would give him more defense, but the steel cuirass would give him as much defense as the iron armor has right now, but it wouldn't reduce his agility by 6. I think the steel cuirass is the better choice. And look at that, yeah, 50 more attack, 4 more agility, 6 less hit, but 89% is still really good. I think... yeah, I'm going to make the steel cuirass, and I may make 2 of them. Because we've got the steel for it. And it's cheaper, 300 gold for that, plus the, what is it, 150, so 450 gold to make a steel cuirass. The night robes that we could get for Fang and Shadow cost 1,000. And they can equip them because they're light armor. And it would give them more defense. It would decrease their agility and evasion, but it would give them a nice defense boost. So let's make 2 steel cuirasses. Let's give 1 to Matthew. There we go. Yeah, he didn't gain any defense for that, but he gained 6 more agility. And let's see. Fang has 48 defense. Shadow only has 38. So let's actually give this to Shadow. That bumps it up to 58. Yeah, he will take a hit to his agility, but he's also faster than Fang. He's got 137 compared to 133. And yeah, 2 less agility, or 2 less evasion. It's not a huge deal, but there. That way... oh, and also, he'll resist slashing and bludgeoning damage. So that's a good thing. Now, let's give Fang the steel daggers. Yeah, so it's a little bit stronger than the wakizashi. Faster, because it's not a 2-hand weapon. Not quite as accurate and not as high crit chance, but the damage is really good. And he's now got that throw dagger skill, which is nice. And we'll give Shadow the steel wakizashi. There we go. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. He's quite a bit slower than Fang now, but that won't be for long, honestly. And I think that's good. So, all right, now we actually have steel weaponry. That's a huge, huge improvement. Before we carry on with the rest of Glacio's throat, though, I want to clean out this shop. I want to get an ice staff for Gray. I want to get the synthesis tome. I want to get a night cloak for Fang. Yeah, I think a cloak for him and the cuirass for Shadow's fine. I want to get an ice circlet and an ice robe for Gray. And I don't know about the ice badge or the ice gloves. We'll figure something out there. But I want to buy all this stuff. So we're going to need 5,000 for the synthesis tome. We can sell it back for another 2,500. But then we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 3,000, 4,500 roughly. And maybe another, maybe 5,500 if we want this badge too. So 5,500, if we can count 2,500 from the synthesis tome, that means we'll need an extra 3,000. So we'll need about 8,000 gold to basically clean out the shop. So we will do that next time. But the reason I actually did come here is because we can sell some stuff. So let's sell that iron sword, this katana, this armor, this hood, this cloak. And I think we're good. We'll keep the badges. There we go. And now we have 2,000 gold, so we really only need 6,000 more. But I think we are going to leave this here. We're just going to save. And next time on Bloodstained Hands, We are going to be doing some optional repeatable missions to get some more gold so that we can get some more equipment, and then we are going to carry on with the storyline. So until next time, I will see you later.